a month since I've actually sat down and filmed a makeup tutorial, and I have to say I really put in a lot of time and effort into this one, and it's just one of those things where you kind of stop doing something for a while, you realize how much you miss it. This is more of a dramatic look. It's not your everyday wearable look. It's definitely more of an editorial, something you probably see in like a fashion magazine. So this look was definitely inspired by spring. Since it's finally spring, we're kind of having harsh weather here, but I wanted to still do something inspired by greens and purples and lilacs. There's so many fun, bright colors that you can put into spring and makeup. You can't just incorporate it all into one look. Look out for several more tutorials based on the spring colors. I wasn't able to, of course, incorporate all the colors just into one look. Enjoy! Begin by putting a little bit of Scotch tape. Then we're going to be adding 3 different shades of wet eyeshadow pigments. The purple in the crease and also kind of in the outer V area to the lower lash line as well. And we're not going to go all the way in. So we're going in with a wet eyeshadow green pigment. We're applying it to the center of the eyelid. We're not going up towards the crease, and applying that to the inner third of the lower lash line. Alright, so we're done with those 2 colors. We're moving on to the next color, and that is a kind of iridescent white eyeshadow pigment. Once again, we're applying this wet, and we're only going to be placing this tear duct area, so the inner corner of the eye, for a pop of nice shimmer to really open up that eye. This is a very dramatic look, as you can see here, and that's why we're going to be layering on these colors. And all of these eyeshadow pigments are basically going to be acting as a base for the eyeshadows that we are going to be applying after these pigments. Hope that made sense. Alright, so we're going to go back in with that green eyeshadow pigment all the way up to the brow bone. Now this is obviously something I wouldn't be doing on an everyday basis, and it's more kind of editorial inspired. Go ahead and remove that tape, and you should get a nice clean crisp line like this. Go ahead and get that green eyeshadow along the lower lash line where we apply that purple, extending that green and connecting it to the green that we had from the brow bone, kind of just creating this triangular shape, kind of like a V shape. Ignore all that fallout, and then we're going to be cleaning all that fallout out later. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I fill in my brows. Just basically take an angled brush, load that up with lots of brow powder. Use a dark matte eyeshadow as well. And I'm creating very thick eyebrows for this look, and I'm actually extending my eyebrows out just a bit for the purposes of this look. Basically, that green eyeshadow that we have on the outer edge, I want that to line up with the eyebrow. I'm going to go ahead and just add a black Kohl eyeliner pencil. Just any matte pencil will do. And I'm going to go ahead and line my lower lash line and waterline with that. I'm going in with this eyeshadow palette by glamXpress. And what I'm doing is I'm going to use 3 eyeshadows from this palette, lime green, 2 purple eyeshadows. So just go in with a purple shadow all over the purple that we added earlier. That's why I like to apply the pigments first, because it really helps as a guideline as to where I'm going to place the eyeshadows. Alright, so I'm going in with that lime green color and placing that alongside the green that we added earlier, which is to the center part of the lid, brow bone, and then just kind of around the eye, as so. So we should have something like this. I think this look actually would have turned out a lot better if I would have used all matte shadows. It's up to you if you want to work with matte or shimmer. It's completely personal preference, of course. It's going in with the second purple color and really defining that crease and outer V, as you can see here. Is a violet, so more of like a bluey purple, so it really stands out, and I'm dragging that to the lower lash line as well. I decided to go back in with that purple we used, and I'm just kind of going back in and kind of filling that back in, anything that kind of got washed away. This is actually my personal favorite step out of all the steps we did. This is actually something that I purchased while I was in Asia. Really finely milled eyeshadow dust or eyeshadow pigment, and it's like a purpley pink. It's very pretty. And I placed that. I didn't go all the way out to the crease. It's like not the center, like the outer center of the lid. And just kind of cleaning up the crease with nothing on the brush, wiping away any glitter that might have gotten on the crease. Alright, and the final touch to the eye is I'm going back in with that white eyeshadow pigment. This time it's dry, and I'm applying that to the inner corner as we did earlier. This is just kind of to really add that pop. Alright, so go ahead and take a Q-tip or take a cotton bud, go in with your makeup remover, clean up your face, clean up all the fallout. Look at that shot. I really like the way the colors turn out right here. Just going in with some black gel or cream liner, applying that very thickly to my upper lash line and then bringing that down to the waterline as well. Alright, so we're moving on to the next step. You want to make sure you moisturize your face and do your normal foundation routine. Because these colors are so dramatic and over the top, of course, you want to get your face looking very good. So I'm prepping it here and using Cake Makeup. It's like my newest favorite thing in the world. It gives you very nice coverage because I have a darker shade. It gives me more of like a tanned look. So I really do prefer that look when I'm working with dark shadows so I don't look so like pale and washed out. You want to buff that out with a washcloth or a brush. I'm just using an old brush here, buffing that out so you can see automatically how much just color payoff I got. It covers most of my blemishes up, and if you don't really have any spots or blemishes, you can just stop here, of course. And now I'm going to go in with my normal routine, which is concealer where I need it most, which is on my blemishes and under eye circles. And then I'm just going to go in with a light touch of foundation. I do realize this is a lot of makeup. Please note, I don't wear this much makeup on a normal basis. This is just all for fun, for tutorials. So go ahead and blend in all that foundation. And I'm also getting the lips because it acts as a really good base when you're wearing lipstick and anything on your lips, and it really does give you true color payoff. Alright, so I'm just going in with a little brush and just going into the crevices and making sure I blend out all that makeup, and then finishing it off with some nice translucent powder. Alright, so I'm just taking a nice natural sort of pink lip liner, lining my lips and then filling them in for like a lilac, very lilac-y purple, kind of like the color that's on my crease. I'm going for that for my lips. The purple I have is a little light, so I'm going in with this darker kind of wine shade on my lips and just very lightly kind of blending that out with my fingers so I kind of get like a darker base going. And then I'm going to apply this lighter shade on top, which is more of that purple shade. For the final touch, I'm going back in with a little bit of that eyeshadow pigment and applying that to the lips. And then I finish it off because I want the lips to be a little bit more glossy with a little bit of that Aquafina hydrating lip oil. And then I'm just contouring my cheekbones, of course. It should look something like that. And now I'm applying the blush, which is more of like a purpley pink, more of like a plum type of shade. Which is just on the nose, top of cheeks, kind of like a little C shape around the outer corner of the eye, to the top of my lips and chin as well. And then I'm just going to take that same highlight shade and dab a little with my finger on the bottom part, like the center of the lip, and then to the top like a cupid's bow. That's really going to make the lips look like pop. Finish it off with your favorite mascara. Make sure to add lots of coats. And there you go. You should have something like this. You do try out the look. Please post pictures on my Facebook page. I would really, really appreciate that, and it'd be lots of fun to see your finished look. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page for more pictures. Please make sure to like, and thank you again for watching.